Welcome into Cornhusker Connection. I'm Brandon Shanahan, joined as always by not Brett Sprinkle, Tyler Sprinkle and Brooke
Ooh,
Byrne.
that's
I hate this
Hell
already.
yeah.
All right, well
restart.
that's it. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get into it, I mean, because we're finally at the fun stuff instead of talking about like athletic directors deflecting or preseason rankings or who's getting what number. We have football to talk about, but before we get into that, like the video, subscribe. Hurts you none. It helps us a ton. I
Hell yeah.
looked today. I'm subscribed to Rebecca Black. Probably did that 15 years ago. So a
Fuck
loyal
yeah.
subscriber, and it hasn't bothered me one bit. So let us be Rebecca Black at worst, but at best, we have videos coming out every single day of the week now, except for Saturdays. I don't think that'll do us any good. But we're available everywhere that you get content. So welcome in, fellas. How you doing?
Great.
Excited, man.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
pumped
I'm
up.
so pumped. It feels like the night before Christmas.
It does. Better.
Yes. Let's see here. So, lots to get into. We'll dive into Bookie Brook. I gotta tell you, fellas, I've been so excited about this Bookie Brook segment. You guys have no idea. It's gonna be unbelievable. We got our weekly pick'em. That's back. Nebraska plays a football game. We'll talk plenty a bit about that.
What's that
But
look
wrapping
for,
up.
Pepperneck? What are you giving us that stank face for?
Nobody's giving any kind of look. All
Yeah.
right.
Just pipe
All
I
down
right.
just
over
know
there.
exactly what's gonna come. Oh, look ahead, jump game spot, fucking fall behind, look ahead, fucking 2-0 fastball, count, game spot.
you know, we're gonna make a ball knower out of you one of these days, but until then, you're just a son of a gun.
Mm,
We'll get him there. No, we won't.
no,
No,
I
Fine.
he'll go
refuse.
kicking and screaming
If
the
you
whole
guys
way.
know me, like you guys should know me, you know I'll never come around on this.
Yeah.
I'll die in this hill.
Well, finally put the pin in the off season. Some big news coming out of camp. Dylan Raiola named QB1. This is the most
Big
surprise
surprise there.
looks I've ever
Yeah.
seen. I mean, this is. I am happy that it played out exactly how it did. I heard some folks talking like, well, you could have just named him in the spring and got him all the reps. And yeah, probably. But I think it's nice that they gave him the opportunity to screw it up
Mhm.
instead of anointing him, before he even, gets to fall camp. That way he earns it with his teammates. If AFC favorite Denver Broncos, they did the same thing with their quarterback back race, and I think that's the right move long term. But I'm super excited. It feels like this time last year, like Dylan Raiola is committed to Georgia. We believe in Jeff Sims, and just to know how different that quarterback room is today is unbelievable.
Yeah.
For the record, I still believe in Jeff Sims. So
Well, I'm glad you do because Arizona State does not. So
listen, it just they
I
couldn't get the bad tape out of their heads. That's all
I
it was.
I think it says something that the two quarterbacks that transferred out didn't win starting jobs at their respective schools, and I think that's they say quarterback's the most important position on the field in football. When you got three or four guys that are clearly not quarterbacks,
Well,
I
if
think
you
that.
want to take it a step further, Casey Thompson was listed as QB3 for Oklahoma, so he
And
couldn't
I
even get the
think
backup
that
job.
I
I mean,
think
different,
that more
but
so is like just because he's gonna get like a head start on his coaching career. I
mhm.
think he's gonna be like a GA next year at OU. So I mean, he's kind of just like essentially coach now, but like if something catastrophic happens, he could play. He still has eligibility.
Yeah, and very similar to Jalen Gramstad's role, where like he probably could have gone into the transfer portal and gotten an opportunity to compete at like a MAC school or whatever. I mean, as NAIA accolades are unbelievable, but he's been very vocal about wanting to be a coach and getting an opportunity to be in the quarterback room of probably the best second best, third best quarterback room in the country. It's a good place to start your coaching career.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be so much better if fucking Heinrich Harburg wasn't in there. Um, but you got what you got.
Well,
Well,
you
according to Marcus Satterfield, we're going to see a lot of Heinrich Harburg with
So
Dylan Raiola.
now he's God. Last year we were cursing his name all year, but now all of a sudden he's God, huh?
I'm just saying, when the offensive coordinator says we're going to see a lot of something,
Yeah.
I feel like
well,
that's
Tyler. Here's the thing. He said we're going to see a lot of him, just not at quarterback. So
Yeah.
I think
Well,
we were right in saying that
that was my point.
he's listed as the backup quarterback, but I mean his role as fullback or tight end is well underway.
Fucking scat back.
I do got to say, I think those comments aren't worth the paper that they're printed on. It feels a lot
Mm,
more like coach
mm,
gamesmanship than
mm,
anything substantial.
mm,
Just because going into the spring, they had talked about how important it is to have three quarterbacks who are prepared to go in,
Mm.
and I believe them
mm,
because last year they needed three quarterbacks to play. So
mm.
I don't know what's changed since then um, to alter that fault. And then also, if you do like Heinrich Harburg on the field a lot with Dylan Raiola, you're not going to tell the media that the week before the game. What does that
Well,
do?
you're playing UTEP, so
Hey, easy. Split household here. All
yeah.
right.
I mean, we'll always have love for UTEP, but I think there's a good chance you see Heinrich play some quarterback Saturday because we're up so much.
I I yes, they are UTEP and they're not going to be very good this year, but I do like the direction that they're moving with the new coaching hire, the new coordinators. I like the way that they're moving things. Now we'll see how long it takes them though to
Yeah, they got some
get
juice,
through
that's
that
for
Sun
sure.
Belt. Yeah,
They got
I
some
saw
juice.
that they had someone donate $5 million to redo their locker room, which is pretty cool.
Well,
that is sick.
You don't see that
It's a
at
big
small schools like that too often.
yeah, it's a big first step into getting better recruits. I think start the locker room, or I guess maybe the weight room and then the locker room. I don't know, maybe flip flop, but
you
Sure.
got to have
it's
something
nice.
flashy to show the fellas.
I root for them. Just not on Saturday.
Yeah.
But after that, it's all love, baby, all love.
Hope they go 11-1 with the one loss.
Absolutely,
That'd be pretty sick.
absolutely.
Turns out UTEP
Especially
ends up
since
being our
they're
best win of the year.
our best win.
That would be tough.
Oh man,
Oh man, some awesome stuff going on. We also are now officially in week one of our college football dynasty. How are you fellas getting along?
I
Cruton.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not too far in, so nothing crazy there yet, but um,
I
excited.
think somebody said they already got a recruit. Fuck them.
What's
Well, I
that?
heard Brian talk about, oh, nobody better steal this two-star prospect from me. I'm like, we're not recruiting the same guys, Brian.
Yeah,
You don't have to
dude,
worry about that.
I'm on a different level right
Yeah.
now. I bet Brandon's run 7 different dynasties with this team to
Oh,
know the strategy.
just the
I
fact
mean,
that I
I
have to see his stupid face as their logo pisses me off.
Oh my
Brandon
god.
Shanahan's. That's my grand achievement.
That's enough to make the guy quit,
It's going to be hilarious when you take a new job and you leave the brand.
Well, I'll tell
Yeah,
you
what are
what,
the rules around that actually?
that's a good question. I think I don't know. I think both ways could be interesting where we just stay in the SBC and try to see who can build up the best SBC program. But then I also think that there's an element where it's like, well, now we're competing for jobs on the
Mm,
coaching carousel. I think that's pretty interesting. Um, so I'm not exactly sure.
it'll be interesting.
We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, yeah. We got to get through this season first and foremost. Tyler, I want to let you. I did quit that other dynasty that was
Good.
causing me so much stress. That was awful. Such a horrible time. Seemed like a good idea at the time. I was like, oh, we'll get in. No,
Well, as long as
no.
you learn from your mistakes, that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
we learned. We learned. All right. Well, we got football here this week. UTEP. I mean, they're 28-point favorites. I do think there's something to be said that for the first time since before COVID, we get like a somewhat normal game one at home. Typically an opponent that probably shouldn't compete with us. No conference games, not on the road, not in October because of a global pandemic. No thunderstorms canceling the. Well, I shouldn't get ahead of myself there, but I think that's going to be a huge boost, especially with a freshman quarterback.
Yeah,
It
and
feels
we
like
finally get a game that's not against a fucking Big Ten opponent, right? And you have time to just ease yourself into it, figure out what works, figure out what we need to work on. It's just going to be great all around. I'm very excited for this.
I think it's just like, getting back to normalcy and, knowing what we know now. It's if we had Dylan Raiola for the Ireland game or even the Minnesota game last year, I think those are both W's and they're not particularly close. It's just we've had a string of some really bad quarterback play. And, you know, I'm excited to see us, score some points and fly around a little bit on offense.
I think that's exactly right. I mean, obviously, like a win is the first box that needs to be checked on Saturday. What else are you guys looking for that would deem this a success?
No turnovers.
That
That's exactly what I had in mind.
third down efficiency, red zone stuff. Well, I wouldn't love it, but I'd like to see us hit like a couple long field goals, like 40, 45, maybe 50, just to kind of ease our minds there. And I'd like to see us win in the trenches, see what that offensive line can do, see what the defensive line can do. We know what the defensive line can do, I think. So just not a whole lot of question marks at offensive line, but I'd like to see them just push guys around.
That'd be great. I think that's well put. Yeah, turnovers is the big thing 'cause really, and I got to imagine this is going to be like a light version of what this offense can be against UTEP. I mean, I wouldn't want them to bring out the whole playbook to take down the Miners right before Colorado. Uh, but so just making things as easy as possible. Just let guys get wins individually. I'd like to get some turnovers on the defensive side. Feels like this defense is due for a crazy turnover year.
I would like to
Um,
see us, like, I think this is a stretch. I would like to see us shut out UTEP. If not, keep them under
that'd be
10.
great.
I think
Shutout
that's
would
the
be
goal. We
sweet.
averaged giving up what, like 18 or 19 a game last year, and we returned basically everybody on the defense. So I just want to see us. I just want to see us be nasty on defense, whether the
I want.
turnovers come Saturday or not.
I wonder what that figure would look like if you removed games where teams were caught cheating.
Mm.
That probably goes down a few points at least.
Didn't get shut out. So
Did I get shut out? I mean,
fuck
how
yeah.
embarrassing would that be to get shut out one time in a season?
Yeah.
And the kicker thing is a good one. I'm really glad you brought that up. I did notice on the depth chart that there was an or there with Tristan Albano. Now I know he's coming back off of surgery, so it wasn't 100% healthy for camp. But I'm such a huge fan that there's competition at that position.
I almost wish there wouldn't be an or. I wish it would be one guy or the other because with the or, it's kind of like, so if Alvano misses one, is he out? Or like,
What they said,
what's the point? Or like,
yeah,
where's the line?
what they said was either tomorrow or Friday they're going to make a decision.
Yeah, I would like to. I don't know, man, because it's like you can't just keep giving the same guy chances if they're missing.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. That's such an obtuse position to like say. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what it looks
Well,
like.
and you can look at other positions in football, right? Like, oh man, he didn't hit that hole very well, but he has great speed, doesn't fumble the ball, catches the ball well. Or corners, like, oh, they're not very good in man, but zoned up, or zoned up, they're pretty solid. Kicking is you either make it or you don't. There's no upside to any of
Yeah.
that. It's just,
Yeah.
did you make the damn kick?
Well,
Yes or no?
and that's what I mean by it's such an obtuse position where it's like they're on the field so limitedly it's like you said, at any other position, like you could come out for a series or a play or two, but kicker, it's like you have one very specific thing to do. You play 5 or 10 plays a game. It's like, I don't know. I would
And
think if
it's
you miss 2 field goals, you're probably getting yanked.
and it's such a
I guess it
big
depends
deal
though, right?
because I mean their whole mantra this year has been chasing three. Well, if you just get
Mm-hmm.
a kicker, I mean it's easy to point at the quarterback play and laugh and talk about how big of a deal that is, but when it's 4th and 3 from the 25-yard line, you don't feel good about your kicker. And I was like, well, shit, now we're gonna have to throw, toss a coin to see if we can get any points by going for it, and
Well,
it just dominoes from there.
I might be kind of for that anyways. Fucking go for it. Fuck it.
If we're gonna get to where we want to go this year, I mean, we need to score touchdowns, not settling for 3. But like you said, there are situations where we're gonna have to take our medicine and kick the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to have that, I mean, if you're trying to be aggressive, that's one thing. But if you're doing it on your heels because you have a kicker that you don't trust, that's a totally different thing optically.
Yeah,
And then, as you mentioned, it's such a mental thing. Like, then that feeds into the kickers. Like, oh, they don't trust me to kick this, 38-yard field goal. I mean, fuck me, right? But
yeah,
it all snowballs.
Absolutely.
it does, man. It's such a wishy-washy thing. You want to give them confidence, but it's like at the end of the day, if they're not doing their job, you got to give someone else a look. Just like any position, got to get it done.
I
Well,
get it
speaking
done.
about just like any position, we've acquired a new tight end. I saw you guys kind of discussing it today or yesterday. But I'd love to hear more on your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so let me pull up. Yeah, it was set to be like the backup tight end, Mark Macway. Nope, Mac Markway.
Oh, that's
Mm.
Dumb name.
backward.
That's a bad name. I I was all in for him, but that's a silly name. But my whole thing is, yeah, I mean, it's a talented guy getting added to the team. That's always a win. I don't know if anybody actually knows if he's eligible to play this year,
I,
and if he even is eligible, then he just showed up this week, so I don't know how
I
likely that
saw
is.
on Twitter it was like up to a grades thing, which is weird. Um, but you gotta. It's hard to say a guy who like wasn't participating in our fall camp and like has probably doesn't know the plays very well is gonna play at all for
Yeah,
us. But anytime you grab like a 4-star from LSU, typically not a bad thing. But in the same breath, we already have 2 or 3 really good tight ends. If this kid could play, he would probably still be at LSU. So in my mind, I don't like taking LSU's leftovers. And everybody's going to point to the fact that he was a 4-star, but Eric Gilbert was a 5-star. And obviously his was more off the field stuff. But at some point, stars get you killed. If you can play, you can play. If you can't, you can't.
yeah, and I mean, he did play in 12 games last year for LSU, so it's not like he's just a bench warmer. I mean, and that offense has tons of talent around it. Last year, Jaden Daniels winning the Heisman. So I think it just feels like a nice little surprise, a nice little recruiting win before the season starts. I don't expect anything out of him probably ever. If he contributes, if he gets on the field, great. That's awesome. That's a win. I know Iowa fans were real set that he would show up there. Dad's an Iowa legacy. Went to visit Iowa twice during his recruitment,
Really? Ooh,
and still picked the Huskers. So if he never sniffs the field, I think that's a win in and of itself,
true.
just
Like
for
you
this
said, we're
one
kind of
moment.
playing with house money here. If he works out, great. If he doesn't, we still have 2 or 3 other guys that are solid. But
And looking ahead at UTEP again, last thing before we kind of get into our games that we have set up here. Outside of Dylan Raiola, what are you looking forward to the most?
seeing how the running back room plays out, I
Yeah.
there's 4 oars by running back 1, so who knows how that's going to look.
I'm excited to see the receivers. Jamal Banks and Isaiah Nair, how they fit into the offense. Yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited for. I mean, you could make a case for. I'm very curious to see what the linebackers are going to look like, and how we're actually going to use Gifford. Yeah, I think the wide receiver. So
Yeah, I think top of the list for me is I would love for Ramir and Emmett Johnson to go off and kind of solidify them as the 1-2 workhorse. If nothing else, just to have a backfield Johnson and Johnson. I think that'd be fun. I also think with the way that UTEP is going to want to play, it's going to give Vincent Shavers a lot of opportunities out there, and I think that'll be really fun to watch. See
yes,
him get
yeah,
after it and see him try to make some plays.
Dude, he was someone that they're raving about in camp. So the fact that he's on the 2 deep as a true freshman, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm excited.
All right. Well, first game that we have set up here is our Nebraska schedule pick'em. So right before the season starts, we'll go through every single game. Here's kind of how we shaped up last year. Um, I credit where credit's due. Brooke kind of cooked. Not in the best way. A lot of the ones that he won that we didn't was him picking the other team, so that sucked. But he got Minnesota right. He got Maryland and Wisconsin beating us. Um, and then a lot of games that we all missed on. So that was great. We also flipped a coin to see if we know more than Abraham Lincoln, and no, the coin didn't really play a factor. So that's where we finished up here. Any major takeaways from your picks last year? I mean, and this has been the story with Nebraska. Like, if you were to sit me down and be like, Brandon, what's the worst case scenario? Okay, what's worse than that? What's worse than that? I probably still wouldn't have been able to come up with
So
5-7
I
and
was
going winless in November.
I was only wrong about 2 games. What were the two I was wrong about?
Colorado,
Oh,
and
Colorado.
Michigan State,
Iowa.
and Iowa. Wait, did we beat Michigan
We
State? No, we
yeah,
lost
we
them. Right?
Yeah.
wait. We lost to Michigan State?
Yeah, we lost all 4 of those games.
Yeah,
Why can I not remember that game? Oh yeah.
it was a
Trauma, probably.
fucking jeez. Yeah,
Wait, so did we win one where I picked a different team? No.
No.
no,
No. But all right. Well, let's get it easy going
Had to.
here.
oh, it should have been 8-4. Is what
Well,
you had
so
them
so that
going.
bottom record is what we predicted it to be, not what we actually finished as.
Yeah, his
So I
number should
probably
have been
should have
8-4.
so I probably should have updated that. But that's what we had predicted for Nebraska, not how we finished up. That's
I think there was because I only picked against Nebraska in 4 in the top part, but it says 7-5.
yeah, because you had predicted Nebraska to go 7-5. That's where that number comes from.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's on me. Should have updated that.
Yeah, all good.
But 2024, new year, new Kool-Aid to be drank. Anybody picking UTEP here?
Nope.
I want to for the culture, but I won't.
Yeah, no hesitation for me. We'll flip a coin. Heads is always going to be Nebraska. Tails is always going to be not Nebraska. All right,
Hell yeah.
we're on the board. Next week at Colorado. Also, real quick about the Colorado game, and we'll talk more about it on our pick'em. Um, is it better for Nebraska if Colorado loses or wins?
I think it's better
Wins.
if they win.
Yeah.
I
But,
think so too.
I mean, I'll take them losing and losing to us. I'll take that all day. I think it's better
well,
if they win.
that's the thing is if whether or not they lose to North Dakota State week 1, I still don't think they're getting to 6 wins. So it's like I almost don't think it matters as long as we beat them.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Is I'm hoping that, especially in the trenches, that it's just not competitive. Either way, I'm
I don't
rooting
know.
for the scenario where they lose to FCS, North Dakota State, and then their confidence cracks, and we beat them 50-3.
That would be sick.
But I don't
I
know if
think I
that's
do
the
want
likely
that.
outcome.
I know that Dion loves the defensive line. That's all he would talk about.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, he's got Warren fucking Sapp coaching them,
Yeah,
so they better just be at least decent.
Hmm.
I would bet on that. But I'm taking Nebraska probably by several touchdowns.
Yeah. Nebraska all fucking day. This is our getting our lick back, if you will.
Yep, got to go with Nebraska.
I need it. I need it. All right, magical coin. Are
Don't
you
you
with us
fuck
or
me,
against
coin.
us? All right, there we go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Northern Iowa.
Gonna be one of
Anybody
these.
picking Northern Iowa?
Fuck no.
No.
It will
sorry.
be a
Oh, yeah.
hangover game, though.
You didn't change your screen. I wasn't sure what you were doing.
Are we still on the coin? God,
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah. It's going to be.
There we go. Well, now I'm.
You can just pencil me in all the way to Ohio State with Nebraska, let's be honest.
All right. The coin takes heads too. The coin knows a lot more ball this year than it did last year. All right, so we'll just go in.
There we go. Make it easy for you.
Illinois.
I won't be shy.
Friday night game in
Should have
Lincoln.
no problems.
No problems.
I don't hate their quarterback, and they have a couple good wide receivers, but they lost so much. They lost 2 D linemen that were drafted pretty high, so I think they'll be rebuilding a little bit this year.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is a year where Nebraska kind of reaches towards their ceiling and Illinois kind of gets back towards their floor. And Purdue's gonna stink. I got nothing.
I
nice
do
to say
too,
about
but this is going to be one of those games where it's unnecessarily close.
First road game.
Yeah. Always
gotta be
funky
something.
stuff happens with us in Purdue, so I'm just hoping we survive here. We should. We're better. We're way better.
Yeah, Purdue gets weird. I mean, the coin had to end up on tails eventually.
Yeah. Fuck you, coin.
That makes me nervous.
Let's see here. Rutgers. I think this is the toughest game before Ohio State.
Well,
I'm
these
glad it's at
next
home.
2 games are scary to me.
See, Rutgers plays just that very methodical pro style, and the fact that their leading tackler towards the ACL in fall camp, Rutgers is getting a lot of hype because of that schedule, but I think this is, again, one where we flex our muscles a little bit. I don't think we're going to have very many problems.
If I'm going to pick one game for them to slip up, it would be this one. I'm not going to. Fuck it. I'm not. No way. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm not going to be wrong on the other side here. The coin thinks we go on a bit of a skid.
Coin. The coin's about to get fucking smoked.
Yeah, the coin was wrong last year.
That's right. At Indiana, I mean, you guys are definitely higher on Indiana than I am. I guess it being on the road is weird.
This is the one I'm most nervous about because they got some guys that can seriously play offense.
Yeah.
So.
And I love the coach hire. I love the transfers that they brought over. I'm going to stick with Nebraska here, but I'm nervous about
Can you put Nebraska with a couple asterisks for me being nervous here?
Same for me, please.
We'll just italicize it. Just little nerves.
Something.
Little nerves. What say you, coin? All right, we're back on track.
Now we're definitely fucked.
We're so back. Ohio State. I
would love to say we go into Columbus and beat them, but man, that's a tall order.
So I think we lose.
I do as well.
But I will say, going into the game 7-0, I think it's closer than it would have been had we lost a few before. If that makes sense.
Am I sharing the coin again? God damn it.
Oh yeah.
Selling the coin. All right. My bad. All right. Well, the
Yeah,
coin's on
this
board.
fucking coin smoking crack, man.
Oh boy.
Imagine, I mean, being, what is that, 6-2? 6-2
But
going
I
into
I
November
would be
with a win
okay.
against.
I would be okay with 6-2, but we should be 7-1 after Ohio State.
Yeah, it feels like 7-1 feels too good to be true at this point. I like our individual matchups with all of these teams, but it gets weird. It gets weird. UCLA at home.
boat race.
Yeah, I think.
We
I
beat them
think.
by
Yeah.
70. UCLA who?
Yeah, this is gonna be a rough day for the
In
Bruins.
November, coming to Lincoln.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck, dude.
And especially because it felt like Nebraska came out and played really well after getting embarrassed by Michigan. If there's a situation like that, I mean, may God have mercy on the Bruins. At USC, probably our second toughest. Well, depending on what you think. Oh gosh, am I too much of a homer for saying that Nebraska's going to win this game?
Give me
'Cause
the
I-
fucking Spurs, baby.
God damn
I
it,
can
dude! This is going to be
see-
so fucking.
I see it. I see why. And I do think it's a winnable game, but I think USC wins this game.
I think I gotta go USC.
What was
I'm
that
just
look for, dude?
Like
Me?
Yeah.
Because I got some for your ass.
All right, let's hear it.
Why don't you go ahead and put up 2 more Nebraska dubs for me, Brandon?
Oh,
Well, and that's what I'm
Oh,
thinking because like
shit.
I like Nebraska
Oh,
against
shit.
Wisconsin. I like Nebraska going on the road to Eastern Iowa. I don't want them. I don't want to be the guy who says they're going to go 11-1. What am I, a psycho?
So,
I'm fucking here for it.
so
not
Brooke,
fucking
we're
losing.
dancing.
We're fucking dancing, baby.
Oh shit. Oh man.
And keep in mind, I was the voice of reason last year saying 7-5,
Yeah.
but I'm all in. The fact that in one of his press conferences, Dylan Raiola goes, "It's going to be a fun ride." These motherfuckers know something. They've been there in practice. I think he's going to be the shit.
What did you just do?
I don't know. I was doing.
I
some
want
suggestion.
it to happen so bad. Oh man.
Everybody thinks we're going to drop the one to USC and Iowa on the road. And the Iowa one does scare me because that one feels like a must win if we're going to go dancing. But I'm not worried about Wisconsin at all at home. Tyler Van Dyke he's literally DJU. Everybody keeps talking about him being like a 4-star prospect who can really throw it. But when you watch the tape does not lie. That man, not a very good quarterback.
So I agree with you. I don't think that Wisconsin is going to be like a super great team this year, but for some reason, Wisconsin has our number. And I hope that breaks this year. But give me Wisconsin,
I'm gonna say we're gonna beat them by fucking 20.
and I hope so. I believe that we can. I just think that this is going to be one of those weird ones where we lose by 3 because we do some dumb shit.
Oh man, this has all the faith. I don't see anywhere where Wisconsin's significantly better than Nebraska. At home, I mean, even if we have 3 losses at this point, we're still buzzing. I mean, we're playing meaningful ball in November. Don't let us get to Wisconsin with just 2 losses. I mean, now that we're in the playoff hunts, I would not want to be Wisconsin coming here. I mean, I guess if the wheels absolutely fall off, then or probably would find a way to lose to Wisconsin again. But
Yeah, we
it
won't
feels
be on
different.
this podcast anymore if that happens.
Yeah, we'll
So.
just chalk it up. We'll revive our entering the transfer portal podcast and try again. We got it wrong the first time, but no, I think this is a real good spot to get that monkey offer. Also, did you guys watch that E60 about Nebraska volleyball?
I did.
It makes me really upset that we that Wisconsin's not our number one rival in the Big Ten. That like we suck so bad, like we couldn't even like be their rival, and we had to settle for Iowa. I feel like that would have been such a better spot in
I
football.
don't know. I think this year we're gonna exercise a lot of demons. So
I think so too. I just wish Minnesota was on the schedule.
me too.
Stupid fucking Gophers.
What's up with the heads, man, or the coin?
All right, let's catch up with the coin here. So we got USC. What say you? Heads. All right. Then we got
That was a
Wisconsin.
fake heads. Nobody saw it. That was a fake heads.
Tails. All right.
Fake
Interesting
tails.
take. And then finally for the Heroes game, back to heads. All right.
He could just be making shit up. Nobody knows at this point.
Okay. I didn't share the screen again. All right. Well, good thing we're done with the coin. We're done with the coin. But when win, loss, win. The coin has us
The
going
coin
9.
says
What is
9
that?
and
9 and
3.
3. I have us going 9 and 3. And I said this last year. If we were doing the same kind of game the year before, I would have said it then, and the year before that, and the year before that. I'll never pick Iowa over Nebraska.
Yeah, I won't
Like
either.
we've gotten to witness like the worst football teams in Nebraska history, and Iowa's been relatively successful despite never being able to beat Nebraska by more than one possession somehow. And I'll never pick Iowa. There's no reason for that. 11-1, you psycho.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm glad that we all like ended up with different results somehow. Feels like a win. I like the diversity.
Listen,
But
I don't want to give Brooke his flowers here, but if he's thinking 11-1, fucking, shit, that's my fucking dong against the desk right now. I'm excited.
oh,
Hell yeah.
can you imagine?
Dude.
Man.
It's just the way they talk. And they're of course they're going to be confident, but Matt Rule is kind of a no bullshit guy. And in the Chasing 3 series, he talks about we're not planning on losing any of them. And we had the number 6 defense statistically, or that SP, whatever ESPN ranking does, number 6 defense. And then last year, we had the 106th offense. If we even get that to like 50, I think we're sitting at 9 and 3, 10 and 2.
Yeah.
And
50 set the
if the
bar
hype
really
is
low for this
if
talent.
the hype is real with Raiola, as long as he doesn't turn the ball over and hits 60-65% of his passes, I think we're going to be the real fucking deal.
I have a question about the schedule. Would you guys have rather played Ohio State like second or third game as opposed to all the way down there, or would you rather play them later?
I wish we could spread out the last 5 weeks, whether that be we get USC week 4, so that way we're getting tested a little more regularly before November, because that kind of seems like a fucking gauntlet we finish with. But
Yeah, but I like and this only works if we win games, but I like the idea of building up that crazy momentum.
Yeah, and it's also like a what have you done for me lately kind of deal. Like if we go through and we drop one to Ohio State, but if we beat USC on the road, if we beat Wisconsin at home, if we beat Iowa on the road, like the committee's going to see that. And I think that's our best shot. Even if we drop one of them to like Purdue or Rutgers or something like that.
That was what I'm saying. Like, if we beat USC on the road and lose to Iowa, we might not just get in just because of how late we lost. Or that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the Iowa game becomes a must win for us, unless there's a bunch of chaos where, we're sitting at 10-1 and we're like the 8 or the 9, and we can afford to maybe drop one. But
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just don't want to be in that 10-2 jumble and get left out, and because there's going to be a ton of 10-2 teams with, you got Georgia, you got Bama, you got Missouri, you got Ole Miss, Texas could factor into that.
Penn State.
Penn State, Oregon,
There's a
maybe a
lot of
couple
teams.
Big 12 teams at 10-2, but you would think we'd get the nod over them. Maybe an ACC team or two. And again, like we should get the nod, but I don't even want to leave it to fucking chance. So,
Well, and this is also unprecedented territory, right? Like we don't know what they're going to factor into this 12-team playoff.
exactly.
Like you see, even just last year, it got really weird for the 4-team. So I don't know. And it's
And
going to
if
be interesting to see how they handle that.
if Oregon or Penn State is not as good as we think they're going to be, and they take a step back, we could have to play Ohio State again in the Big Ten championship. So that would
Yeah.
be, then we're sitting at, say we lose, then we're sitting at 10-3, but we went to a conference championship. Do we get in?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
So
Do you think that there's a world where all of the championship game participants are in the playoff?
you would think they have to be, right? Because you can't
But then that's
penalize
8
them
right
for
there,
losing
right?
that. Yeah, you can't penalize them for losing that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think
Like,
now that we're in a spot where there are no divisions, it'll just kind of work out that way where, I mean, you're not getting into the Big Ten championship unless you're 11-1. Maybe you sneak in
yeah,
10-2, but
that's what
then,
I'm saying. Like, if
yeah,
because
maybe.
Oregon plays Ohio State, so I think that's a loss for them. So say they drop one more somewhere, and say Nebraska, Oregon, and Penn State are all sitting there at 10-2, and whoever goes and plays them loses. Like, does the committee look less on them for having that extra loss?
Something.
I don't
Yeah,
know. It's
that's
going to be
icky.
interesting to see how all that shit plays out. That's why I would rather just be 11-1 and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be ideal. But all right, fellas, ready to get into Bookie Brook?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I was in the lab today.
That intro was fucking sick. Dude,
All
go.
right.
What the fuck was that?
That was awesome.
Well, before we jump into, I've been looking forward to this all day. Before we jump into 2024, I want to put a cap on 2023. Anoint the king of Bookie Brook and the boys from last year. So we'll go over the final numbers here shortly. I just got to say it's very impressive that any of us, let alone two of us, ended up in the green throughout the whole football season at the beginning of football and basketball season. So you'll see two numbers in the green. You'll see one number in the red. It's a big number. I think that's also impressive. There's just a level of consistency, one way or the other. That's got to count for something. But overall, how'd you guys think last year went?
There was some good weeks and there were some bad weeks. I think Brandon's would have been drastically higher if he was not messing with that field goal parlay. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, as the listeners know, and as you guys know, I don't bet, so it was fun to come out there and just beat the brakes off of Brandon. Never betting, so it was good.
I do got to say, because I went through the numbers here, and like when we look at the final numbers, the gap between you and I is pretty large. It wasn't always like that. You started off rough, and then I infamously just thought I'm just gonna start fading Tyler. That's how I'm gonna get back into the race. And then from there, you just started cooking.
Then I got hot.
You got hot. Did like a switch get flipped, or like did you feel like the air differently, or?
Sometimes you get in this flow state, and you're just like, and you're just getting all the games right.
I love it.
So maybe you should try that.
I was looking back on my performance. I think I got a lot. I got very cute. I don't think that field goal parlay did me in totally, because that was just my $100 bet, and I finished well above several $100s in the red. So that wasn't it. But yeah, I'm feeling much more confident this year. We're gonna dial it in more. Um, but so now let's go into some of these final numbers here. So big one. So when we signed off for Bookie Brooke for the season, Brooke was at $298 in the green.
Are you
Tyler at
sharing your screen?
160.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
nope.
Okay.
Um, Tyler was $160 in the green. At the time of my fade off, he was at $1,915 in the green or in the red.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
Jesus.
also, just want to throw out
That's
the
a
fact that
turnaround, baby.
Brooke was 725 in the green, so he didn't finish as good. Um,
Rough
yeah,
finish.
but hung on, stayed in the green, and then I finished $4,391 in the red.
Hey, listen. For people that watching this, that's almost like a good thing because if they would have just straight faded you, they would have made
That's
a
a lot of
lot of
dollars.
fucking money. Yeah.
So that's a lot of
So
dollars. So when we signed off, Brooke had the lead 298. Congratulations. Anything that you'd like to say?
I would just like to thank all the non-ball knowers out there, the guys that think there's not a hangover spot and there's not a look ahead spot.
I did just fucking fine, dude.
Whoa, I didn't say you.
Dude, whatever.
Way to
That was a
make it all
shot.
about yourself, dude. Whatever.
Fucking boing flick, dude.
All right, this is my time to shine. Why are you talking? Anyway, I'd like to thank not only God but Jesus,
Both of them.
and hopefully to more years in the green.
So I do. So before we actually close the book on 2023, I do want to mention something here. So when basketball and hockey season started, we put together some future
yeah.
bets. Do you guys
Yeah.
remember who you bet? Or do you remember what those bets were?
One of
Not
them
even
was
a little bit.
Connor Bedard. For me, I think.
Wait, hold on. Before we answer these, did anybody hit any of them?
hmm
It was you, wasn't it? I know you had a fucking Nuggets one.
No,
You fucker.
so how it shaped up is I did not come
Wait.
close. I had a two-leg parlay that the Nuggets were going to win the NBA championship, the Colorado Avalanche were going to win the Stanley Cup. Neither of those got anywhere close.
That's right.
Brooke had the Cleveland Cavaliers to win the NBA championship, so that somehow was further off from me winning. So congratulations there. But
I mean, they made the
Tyler,
playoffs, so
oh,
relax.
okay, I forgot about that. Tyler had Connor Bedard to win the Calder. Not great odds. That was at negative 165 at the time. But what that means is that he was able to get another $160 onto his total, and he finished as king of Bookie
Whoa,
Brook.
pause. That's not how that works.
Dude, was
If
that
it's
not in
minus-
2023?
If it's minus 160, then he's laying more.
Right. No, that
Was it?
it had to. Okay, well let me. I have it. I have it here. So let me see here. Winter futures minus 160. So the
So
payout
for
was 160, and that's what we go off of.
oh, okay. I don't think that's how that works out, but it would be
Works for me.
you would have to risk 160 to win 100.
So then if you risked 100, you'd win 60.
You would win.
But it just said future. There's no dollar amount. So
Okay.
Well, I just assumed all of these are $100 freebies.
damn. Brooks really hurt right now.
No, I'm just trying to like the actual amount. Hold on, let me.
Yeah,
Let me
if you
do
have
some
any appeals,
math.
this is the time to do it. Because I mean, he's going to be king all year if it stands.
Let me see if I can find something with minus 160 odds.
And like looking at my picks, like pick management, I think is where I stumbled because I'm what 5 wins back at Tyler, and $4,500 back. I'm not that far off.
I guess
I
yeah.
mean, you were.
If that's how we've done it all year, is you add the 100 into the payout, then yeah, that's how it would work.
Yeah, it's based on a payout, not profits.
Gotcha. Okay. Then yep. Good on you. Really went out on a limb there.
Hey, I hit. You
Never
know?
go broke making deposits.
That's right.
Profit. But yeah.
Well, all right, fellas. Well, we're here. First slate for Bookie, Brooke, and the boys.
Oh shit.
A lot of big spreads that make me nervous. Um, but how were we feeling $100 tier?
I'll let
I'm gonna
someone
be honest.
take-
I was not prepared for this. So
Nice. That's your reigning
Yeah.
champ.
yeah. Give
Uh-oh.
me. Let's do North Carolina, Minnesota. Give me under 50.5 points.
Mm,
You fuck with that shit, white boy?
not really, but go off.
Oh,
What was it, 50?
okay. 50.5.
That's not
I
bad.
think for mine, I don't understand this at all. And the fact that 90% of the public is on Oklahoma State is enough for me to take SDSU.
Those
was
odds
what,
are
9?
minus 110.
I think it's 9.5 right now.
That one is 10. Minus 10.
10. I'll take the extra half point.
And this, I don't really feel too strongly about either of these teams, but just the number is so big. Give me Lindenwood plus 44.5 against Kansas.
That's such a disgusting pick. I love it. That's just the grossest thing you could have done there.
By the way, that point spread twice as big as defending national champion Michigan host Fresno State.
Whoa. You're
Whoa.
taking it for all of them?
You must love that shit. Okay. My next pick is going to be Clemson, Georgia, over 48.5. Speak to me, Brooke. What you got to say?
Nothing. I think
Come on, man. What
Cortland,
you got?
Cortland wants to make a pick.
He's very passionate. He really believes in Lindenwood.
He's saying, Tyler, shut the hell up. You don't know ball.
The dollars say differently, my boy.
Yeah. We'll see.
Let's see here. So parts of having such a bad year is acknowledging that I don't know much. So when I saw the Michigan Fresno State line only being 20.5, I thought, boy, that's a low number. Michigan's probably going to cruise right through that. I don't trust me anymore. So give me Fresno State and 3 touchdowns worth of points.
Like it. All right. I don't know what the number's out now, but I'll take West Virginia at home plus the points.
That is.
It's either 8 or 7.5, I think.
Is it on Thursday?
No, it's 11 a.m. Saturday.
8.5 is what I got.
All right. We rock
I'm
with
seeing
that.
8, but
We'll give them the points. We don't want any pushes here.
Yeah.
okay. So, talk to me about this Notre Dame Texas A&M game.
A play in that will be my $500 bet.
Okay.
So I can't give too much away yet.
I mean, yeah, we're in like a stupid competition, but we're all friends here, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Come on.
All right, so I'll give my $500 bet now. Then.
All right.
Game of the year, Texas A&M minus the 3.
Okay. So that was my question.
Boy, you don't like
Obviously,
Notre Dame then, huh?
tough place to play.
Well, I just think both teams are breaking in a lot of new pieces. It's not that I don't like Notre Dame. I just think the athletes that Mike Elko has in the SEC are going to be a little bit better than Notre Dame week 1. And with how Notre Dame's schedule plays out, I believe they can lose this game and still go 11-1. So I don't think their hair will be on fire quite like A&M's.
What's the biggest game that Marcus Freeman has won as head coach?
That's the other thing.
I don't think there's been one.
Yeah. And I do like Riley Leonard, but I don't know. I thought Sam Hartman, who I think was better than Riley Leonard, was going to get them to the playoff or 11 or 12 wins, and he didn't. So week 1, I trust Mike Elko more. Speaking of which, Mike Elko beat Clemson week 1 with Duke, so he's no stranger to big games right away.
I remember that one very vividly.
Yeah.
You guys would never forget it.
Okay, so my $300 pick. Give me Boise State minus 13.
They might lose that game outright, brother.
Dude, no way.
Do you see
No
they're
shot.
not starting the 5-star kid, Malachi Nelson?
Yeah.
Did you
Alright.
see
So
what
you
this
have a
quarterback
guy-
looks like? Looks like such
So
a
you have a
dork.
guy that's been in the system for a few years.
All right,
I like
go for it, baby.
Let's see here. So, you really talked me into A&M there. I won't take them for my $500 bet because I have one that I feel really good about for 500. But I'll take A&M minus 3.
Okay. I'm kind of between a couple games. There's a lot that I like. Oh, fuck. If someone has one locked and loaded, you can skip me.
Give me Illinois State, Iowa under 40.5.
That's such a sneaky good one.
Hey. That's my pick, bitch.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna take. Oh, my bad. Like, have we forgotten how much easy money the Iowa
Dude,
under is?
under. That bitch is going under.
Was it 40.5?
40.5.
I hope they're trying to
Disgusting.
run up the score and they win 41-3 in the last.
You know what though? I might have to change that because right now it's even. Probably because so many people are betting the under.
Yeah.
No, I'll take it. I'll ride with it.
Okay, I think I got my last two.
All right, hit us, Bookie Brooke.
So, I will take USC plus 4 or whatever that number is right now.
I like that one. I like
300.
USC a lot.
And then this one's so fucking gross, and I hate it with everything in my fucking being. But give me fucking Florida money line.
Oh, yuck.
That's
Yuck.
so
I hope
gross.
that game goes into fucking 15 overtimes. Nobody can even walk off the field.
And if I lose it, I'm totally fine with that. But I just know that the whole world is thinking Miami's just gonna cruise there.
I don't like Florida. Not like I have a preference against them. I don't think that they're very good. Now, I guess I don't know how good Miami is either. First year starter transfer quarterbacks are something I'm skeptical of. I'm rooting. No, I'm not rooting for you. But I hope you're happy.
Actually, can I change one?
Yeah.
All right, change the USC one to North. Dakota State plus 9.5. I feel more confidently about that.
And now that it'll look like I'm not totally ripping you off, I'll take that USC +4. I
All right,
really like
sweet.
USC. I'm almost tempted to take USC money line.
Yeah.
I don't think that we talk enough about how bad LSU's defense was.
But they have to be better. I mean, both defenses have to be better this year.
I guess, but so the way I view them is that their defenses are both probably going to take a step up, but I think that LSU's offense also takes a step back, where I don't think about that with USC.
Okay.
And then my $500 bets. This is it's not going to be the one that wins me the season, or any significant dollars, but give me Nebraska money line.
Okay.
You mind?
Okay, so I already know his strategy. Got it.
It's just going to be to
What
not.
a fucking pussy.
Do you
yeah.
realize on a $500 bet with that money line, you're going to make like less than
$20.
50? Yeah, probably less than 20.
You never go broke making deposits.
I hate that you're
Never
saying
wait.
that.
It's
No, he's doing it on purpose. He's doing it on purpose. Just let him
okay.
rock. So, question. I'm looking at this South Dakota State, Oklahoma State game. I know that South Dakota State is a good team. But going into Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State's only favored 9.5. Am I crazy? Like, is that weird or no?
It's very weird. That's why I kind of think something's funky going on there.
The way that I think about that game is Oklahoma State got wiped off their home floor by, I think it was Alabama, Georgia, something. South Alabama is who it was. Blown out
That's
at home.
right.
I don't think that they're that poorly coached to let that happen again.
But yeah, that's just saying like I think they could win this game, but I think I could see them playing them very close. Like you don't all of a sudden just become a juggernaut of week one. Like you are who you are, and I think Mike Gundy's teams early on are just
Well, and last year was also weird because it looked like they kind of forgot that or didn't realize that they had Ollie Gordon the third. It's like he didn't start they didn't start feeding him until after that game. So I'm like, well, if they just remember to give him
And
the
that's
ball
exactly
sometimes.
my thought. Is they have one of the best running backs in the nation.
But
Why?
I could really see SDSU stacking the box and making Alan Bowman like prove that he can throw it. And I'm not a believer in him. Like this man's on like his 7th year of college, and he hasn't been good anywhere. He had to sit at Michigan behind two guys that weren't very good. If you feel strongly, go for it.
I'm so close to saying fuck it. Yeah, give me Oklahoma State.
Let's go.
It just seems weird. And I know, Brooke, you talk about that a lot. Like when it seems weird, normally it is. I don't know. I'm gonna roll with it.
See.
It was a 9.5.
All right. Never mind. I'll ask that after. Never mind.
All right, what's your question?
No, go on. We're good.
I think we're set. I think we got all of our picks in. Yeah, that's all I had for Bookie, Brooke, and the boys. What are you thinking?
Hopefully, we all go 5-0.
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, I hope I go 5-0 and Tyler goes 4-1.
I think we got a good slate.
Really mean.
Honorable mention, Troy, minus 9 points against, gosh, I can't even remember who. But they got Goose Crowder at quarterback against Nevada. Letdown spot for Nevada. They had, the lights were bright last week. So shout out Goose and the Troy bunch. Gonna see a lot of wins with them this year.
I want to.
I'm just now realizing that Brooke, you took SDSU. Plus, well, mine said 9.5. But I didn't notice that you took them in your $100 bet. So
That's why I said I hope you go 4-1.
yeah.
Be a very
gotcha.
specific frame to count them out on.
My the one bet I really do want to give out is Hawaii money line on the island beating UCLA at home.
That's a good one.
Just a little sprinkle.
I like that.
Fuck UCLA.
Let's see. Up next, our final game of the evening, we got our pick'em. You can see last year's results in the bottom. Brooke edged out Tyler. I also
Dog walked
participated.
him.
Dude,
I was also,
fucking chill out, dude.
Fucking dog walked him.
What the
but
hell?
it did add a sprinkle this year, so we'll assign confidence points to each of our picks, 1 through 10 or 1 through 12, or well, no, not on the show we'll just do 1 through 10. So that way, if there is that big of a skill gap, we'll see it even more so.
Okay.
It's not like it was even close last year. What the hell? Now you need me to rank these?
Love it. I love it.
Just add some diversity to it. So I'll get us started. UNC Minnesota. When I was doing my ACC preview, UNC might fuck around and win 10 games. Just the way that they have a lot of 50-50 games that they probably have the edge in that they play at home. This isn't one of those. I think they curb stomp Minnesota. Admittedly, I haven't looked that far ahead on this, so I'm just going to give them a 5.
I'll go UNC as well, and 1's the least, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a 1 because I don't know. They're very opposite stylistically, and I think UNC is the better team here, but I don't know.
I'm gonna go UNC 6.
All right, so that pretty much confirms that they're gonna.
No, this is bullshit. This is a dumb game that I'm not gonna play. I'll pick my damn games. You guys can go on with the confidence level. That's not how I do things in my brain. All right.
What do you mean?
I just pick shit, not thinking about it, and now I have to think about it.
Yeah. Sorry that we have to.
Welcome to the real world, bro.
Dude, what's your fucking deal, man?
Men?
I said 6.
Yeah.
My apologies. I was trying to fix the
Yeah.
spreadsheet. There's no fixing this right now.
Give me freaking Colorado at a 1.
All right.
I'll take.
Really?
I really want to take NDSU.
That's why I put it at a 1.
Give me NDSU for 2.
Let's see here. I'll take NDSU for 1 as well. I'm not picking Colorado in any way, shape, or form.
Dude, you're Buffalo Brandon. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of positive feelings for Colorado, but not in their current state.
Boo.
So the highest
Clemson,
is 10, right? Correct.
Honka.
Yep. Clemson and Georgia. I really like Clemson this year. Just not this week. Give me Georgia 4? No, 7.
I'll take Georgia for 9.
I will also take Georgia for 9.
All right.
Wonder where you got that idea from.
My fucking brain, dude. You just so happen to go before me. What do you want me to do?
Sure.
Give me Penn State with a 3.
Whoops. Penn State and West Virginia. Bookie Brooke, what are you thinking?
West Virginia for 3.
I wonder where you got that from.
We picked something different, you stupid fuck.
Already getting contentious in here.
You can't even spell that.
I'll take
Dude,
Penn.
inches.
I'll take Penn State for 6.
Whoa.
Vitek and Vandy. I don't know how they got on the sheet now that I'm looking at it. All right, give me Vitek 9.
I'm gonna take Vatek for 8.
I'm gonna take Vautech for 7.
Love it. Very group consensus there.
Yeah. The whole point of this confidence thing was to get us all on different.
That was 7.
That was 7. My bad.
Dude, trying to fuck me.
I know it. I'm sorry.
Give me USC and make this a 2.
I will go USC for 4.
I'll go USC. What numbers do I have left? Give me 3. Yeah. And then Miami and Florida. Miami in Florida. Give me Miami. What numbers do I have left? I got 8 left.
Whoa.
Give me 2 for Miami of Florida.
I'll take Florida, the Gators, for 5.
And I will take Miami with 4.
All right, then we have the real Miami in Miami, Ohio against Northwestern. I'll take Miami of Ohio with 4.
I'll take Northwestern for 6.
And I will take Miami of Ohio for 5.
You said 5?
Yes.
All right. Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Oh, gosh, I just see a message from Brett.
Fuck.
Here we go.
I fucked this all up. Oh, no. Give me Notre Dame at an 8, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is not my real pick. I'm not very confident in this game, but I painted myself in the corner. So
So I think I have 7 and 10 left, so I'll take Tamu for 7.
We could really be just super gapped out already, Brooke.
Dude, we are gonna be after this. I think I went against you guys in every fucking game. So, I mean, either you guys are gonna be real bad or I'm gonna be real bad week 1.
Oh man, I don't know how I feel about our odds. And then Nebraska UTEP. I was saving this one. Nebraska 10. I feel like that's
10.
kind of where we're all going.
Huskers 10. Tyler's gonna copy us, of course.
Of course.
I mean, I guess you could go UTEP 10.
You could. You could.
That'd be a
No,
choice.
you can.
No,
I want to
you
go
won't.
against this all the time.
I'm good. All right, fellas, this is a good slate. Last thing before we sign off, what are you looking forward to the most outside of Nebraska this week?
Going to the game, watching the start of the fucking dynasty, baby. Come on.
Ball.
Let's fucking go.
Looking forward to fall.
Check the Cornhusker Connection socials. We'll be posting videos of like the walkout and the vibes around the stadium. It'll be electric.
Good.
Hell
vibes.
yeah.
I love
Trevor
that
Murphy
shit.
would say.
I love it. Trevor Murphy's awesome. Any final thoughts before we sign off?
Go Big
Go
Red.
Big Red.
Go Big Red.
Said it first.